The Lakers are finally unleashing a guy who could be a star for this team, and we've got a huge update on the Laker rookie who has yet to see the court yet in his professional career. However, he has a tool the Lakers can utilize not only to help his team this season, but in the future as he continues to grow as an NBA player. What's good? I'm Okechi Apakama, and this is Lakers Digest coming at you with another video. Before we get into everything we have here for today's video, I just want to remind you guys to subscribe to the channel if you guys haven't already, because this Lakers season has started and it's going fast and quick with these games here. So if you guys don't miss any of that action, make sure you guys are subscribed to Lakers Digest. Now, with that out of the way, let's hop straight into the topics we have for you today, as Adou Thiero is cleared to play. So the Lakers just got some big news recently that Adou Thiero, the Lakers' second round rookie that they picked, 36 overall, has been cleared to play. And this is big because he wasn't able to play in summer league or preseason. So now he'll be seeing his first minutes on a professional court here very soon. We got an update from the team. This is for Dan Wilkie, saying that the Lakers forward Adou Thiero has been cleared for live on-court contact work. The next progression in his return to play process is participating in 5-on-5 activities. He will be integrated into the team's practice over the next week, including with the South Bay Lakers. So that is the big update here, that this is like the next step really from Adou Thiero making his way back to play, is playing that 5-on-5, and it looks like he's going to get that in the G League, as the G League is going to start their training camp here in the next couple of days, and then also start games very soon here. So this is Adou Thiero was going to be assigned to South Bay, who actually was assigned to South Bay already on Monday, but their first home game isn't until November 8th. But there's going to be some time where they're going to be obviously going through training camp, and they're having Zach Guthrie coming back for a second season as head coach, along with a couple of two-ways like Koloko, Chris Magnon, and Nick Smith Jr. So Adou Thiero will be joining those guys as well. So it is really, really good to see Adou Thiero healthy and looks like ready to practice and perform, because the Lakers could definitely use a guy like him. And albeit he's a rookie and hasn't really played a professional game yet in his career, he does have the physical makeup the Lakers can really utilize on this roster because of his talent athletically with his wingspan. He's a big dude, 6'6", 6'7", just around that size, where he can really wreak havoc defensively, but also offensively as a rim runner and a lob threat. So this guy has a lot of tools at his disposal, and it looks like JJ Redick is also happy about the fact this as well. This is from Mike Giselle, saying that JJ Redick said he is excited to see how Thiero can eventually impact the Lakers with his size, athleticism, and motor. That last part is probably one of the biggest things for a guy like Adou Thiero, motor, because not a lot of guys on this Laker team, with the exception of Marcus Smart and I would say maybe Jared Vanderbilt, and obviously guys like Austin Reaves at times, but not too many guys have that high octane motor that can just go, and just something that really the Lakers can really utilize and use, especially for this year's team. And albeit he is young, like I said, he hasn't really played a professional game yet, but there are things that this guy can add to this team. And that is to getting me to my next topic here, as what can Thiero provide? And it's more going to be on the defensive end. I think that's where he can make his impact right away, because defense is more translatable than the offensive side of the ball. But there are some things that he can do offensively, especially off the ball and as a corner cutter, I believe, in some spots. But first, about the defense and just the physical makeup there, because he is a big dude, like I was saying, about listed at 6'7", his size, he's about 210. So he's a very big, stout dude, very strong out there on the wings, a guy that can really use his big old wingspan that he's got, that he can force guys, move guys from side to side, and then also has the strength to kind of hold up with bigger dudes. So say if he was switched on to a bigger player, he still has the strength to hold up there in the post, but he has the quickness on the perimeter to be a guy to possibly project as a perimeter defender, because he kind of seems like more of that mold, but a guy that can switch back, which is something the Lakers haven't really had to a very high level. Yes, they do have Marcus Smart on the roster, and he's a guy that can do that at a high level, but he is coming off an injury. He's a little bit older, and you don't want to ask Marcus Smart to do that day in, day out, even though that's probably going to be his responsibility most of the time. But we see it now where he's already injured in the early parts of the season. So if you can get a guy like rookie Adou Thiero to try and crack the rotation and possibly make some headway, because I want to take a look at these stats here. And the stats don't tell us the full story. This is obviously from his college days. And you'll see the points per game kind of just gradually go up. Didn't really play too much his freshman year in Kentucky. Sophomore year, it was a little bit more playing time. Started about 19 games, average around 21 minutes, only about 7 points per game. But it was his last year in college of his junior season at Arkansas where he really kind of blew up there. Averaged 15 points per game, about 5.8 rebounds per game, 1.9 assists. So there is some of the passing chops there. 1.6 steals too. So he has, like I said, good length over there, and 0.7 blocks per game. This is a guy who played the small forward position, so that is definitely pretty nice as well. The downside for a guy like Adou Thiero, though, is the 3-point shooting percentage. He only shot 25% in his last season in college. But the thing that I do want to note about Thiero, which is very, very interesting, is he shot about 6.5 free throws per game. And he averaged about 15 points per game. So this is a guy who can't really shoot threes too much. And you know that he's going to be going downhill and going to the basket because of his forcefulness. He's able to finish. He can really finish above the rim. This is probably the Lakers' highest flyer, I think, since Shannon Brown, maybe. So there is excitement there on his ability to finish offensively, but just his ability to draw fouls. And that comes from just being a guy that a lot of people could not handle, especially in the SEC. So will that be able to translate to the NBA because of his, like I said, huge frame? He's pretty quick and he's extremely athletic. And we'll see here with the South Bay Lakers if that translates and if Adou Thiero can be that downhill kind of scorer, because I do think the defense is going to be where it starts for him and where he can get minutes. But some of his offensive chops where he can be a guy that can get the ball and go, or maybe in a short roll can take it all the way to the rim because he can finish above the rim, or being a guy, like I said, a corner cutter, so a guy where he can come off some of these corner cuts and maybe finish for a lob dunk or finish in traffic because he's so strong. So he has a lot of those physical tools that the Lakers can really utilize, because this is a team that is really underwhelming athletically, especially when you take away LeBron James, who is going to be 41 this season. So asking him to be your best athlete is a very hard thing to do. You have other guys on the roster who can kind of be athletic at parts. Hachimura at times because of his big frame and big body, but he isn't more of that super bouncy type of dudes. And then you have another guy like Jared Vanderbilt who is got a lot of quickness and length, but not necessarily the verticality and vertical that a guy like Thiero's got. And you got Jackson Hayes, who is very athletic when it comes to verticality, but then the strength is still kind of like lagging behind a little bit at times. But he did bulk up a little bit, so I'll give him that. So, but Adou Thiero is maybe a guy that can sort of bridge the gap and be that athletic force. The 3-point shooting probably will not be there at the beginning of the season, but maybe he surprised us. Maybe him being injured, he was able to work on his shot a little bit, but it was a knee injury. So the Lakers might kind of take their time with a guy like Adou Thiero because they don't really need him to play right away. But if he's the guy that can come in and play, he can find a spot very quickly with this Laker rotation, because they really are deprived of athleticism, and Adou Thiero is just the embodiment of that. He is just probably right now the Lakers' best like athlete, just from wall to wall, just a guy that can just get up and down the floor with the strength and then also the verticality as well. So I think he can be a guy that can make an impact if he's able to show some chops on the defensive side of the ball. But maybe I'm wrong. Let us know what you guys think in the comments down below of what you think of a guy like Adou Thiero. Do you think he's going to be a guy that can make an impact this season to the Los Angeles Lakers, if it's only just in the regular season? Or do you think he's more of a G League project and he's just going to be a guy mostly that's going to spend most of his year on the South Bay Lakers and kind of grow his game, and we'll kind of see where he is at the end of the year? Or just let us know in the comments down below. And just one more thing for us, there is 53% of you who have not yet subscribed to the channel just yet. And if you guys want more of that, those Laker news, Laker updates, trade rumors, game recaps, just every and all things LA Lakers, you guys want to come right here to Lakers Digest. All right, I have been your host, Okechi Apakama, and I will catch you guys on the next one.